The Gerdau Metals Recycling Don Mack Classic is underway at River Cities Speedway. David Gravel to the lead. Buddy Kofoid a peek to the inside down the back straightaway. Kofoid low, trying to take the top spot, but Gravel leads the opening circuit. Carson Macedo third and challenging the second place Buddy Kofoid. Macedo can't make it happen down low at 3 and 4. Both drivers work the top side of corners 3 and 4. Kofoid exits that corner lower, and now both Gravel red flag conditions. Car off the racetrack on the backstretch, and we are under red flag conditions. The 64 of Andy Pake. Gravel back on the throttle, we are back under green flag conditions. Carson Macedo looks low in 1 and 2. Kofoid looking for a run down the backstretch now. Giovanni Scelzi up to challenge Macedo. Kofoid's got a run on the leader out of turn 4. Buddy Kofoid up top, David Gravel down low. They'll battle for the race lead at River Cities Speedway. Kofoid all over him into 3 and 4. Gravel on the bottom, Kofoid with momentum at the line. The lap is led by Buddy Kofoid. Kofoid lead lap 6. Gravel back to the inside of Kofoid, side by side into turns 3 and 4. Gravel back to the bottom again out of turn 4, but Buddy Kofoid maintains the race lead. David Gravel right there with him. Giovanni Scelzi to the inside of Carson Macedo moves Scelzi up to 3rd. Scelzi looking for more to the inside of David Gravel for 2nd. Giovanni Scelzi to the inside of David Gravel. They'll go wheel to wheel into turn 3. Slower car of Connor Morrell right in front of Giovanni Scelzi, allowing David Gravel to hang on to the 2nd spot. 20 laps complete, 20 laps to go. David Gravel led the first 5. We've got a caution on the speedway car over the edge of the banking. Jack Croker in the number 8. Back underway at River Cities Speedway. David Gravel slides to the inside of the speedway in 1 and 2. Buddy Kofoid's got the momentum out of the second turn. He'll lead down the back straightaway. Sheldon Hodenshield out of nowhere on the restart, trying to sail around the outside of the 1S of Logan Schuchart. Sheldon suddenly into the top 5. Schuchart back to his inside as they exit the second corner. And here comes Donnie Schatz from the inside of row 8. Buddy Kofoid sails around the high side in turns 1 and 2. Donnie Schatz now coming after Logan Schuchart and the 41 of Carson Macedo. Schatz to the inside of the speedway up to 4th from row number 8. Meanwhile, Giovanni Scelzi all over David Gravel racing for 2nd. There are 10 laps to go at River Cities, and Gravel to the inside in 1 and 2, pulls even with Buddy Kofoid. They race side by side for the lead in corners 3 and 4. David Gravel down low, Kofoid up high as they cross the line. Kofoid leads by 32 hundredths, red flag conditions. Car flipping over the edge of the banking in turn 2. The 8H of Jade Hastings, who had been running in the 9th position. We report that Hastings is okay. Back underway at River Cities. Donnie Schatz low out of turn 2, challenging Giovanni Scelzi for 3rd. Schatz on the bottom, Scelzi rides the top. Donnie Schatz to the inside of Scelzi for 3rd out of turn 4. Scelzi maintains the spot as they cross the line. Donnie Schatz now forges ahead out of turn 2. Donnie Schatz into the top 3. Here comes Scelzi with a slider in turn 4, but Schatz crosses back underneath him. Donnie Schatz from row 8 to 3rd. Buddy Kofoid, David Gravel on the top. Donnie Schatz was lower in turns 1 and 2. Carson Macedo on the bottom and challenging for 4th, trying to get by the 18 of Giovanni Scelzi. Can't quite make it happen there. Now Schuchart around the outside of Macedo, move Logan Schuchart into the top 5. Kofoid puts the right rear up against the cushion as he comes out of the turn and takes the white flag. Final time through turns 1 and 2. David Gravel is close. Is he close enough? They race into 3 and 4 for the final time. They catch traffic in the final set of turns, but Buddy Kofoid hangs on to get the win. David Gravel 2nd, Donnie Schatz 15th to 3rd, Giovanni Scelzi 4th, and Logan Schuchart in 5th. And take the VP Fuels checkered flag up top. Buddy Kofoid wins the Gerdau Metals Recycling Don Mack Classic.
I don't know. I think, yeah, a track like this, being able to control the pace is really big, especially when, you know, they do an extensive track work. You kind of figure that it could get narrower and more defined groove, kind of like it did at the end. Like I said earlier, I think they did a great job with the track, and for only being rubber the last 3 to 5 laps maybe, I I thought it was really good. And I think just, letting him be out front those few laps, let me move around and, let me figure out where my car was good or not so good. And, I've always said you got to be maneuverable anywhere, but especially here, especially with the lines changing so much and the pace is so quick, you got to be able to move right away. And that's just all to Dylan, Nate, and John. I didn't feel like we hot lapped or qualified that great, and felt probably the worst in the heat race, but I feel like our speed was there, and then it just flipped a switch in the dash and felt, insane. And I feel like we had a good piece after that, and even with the bar breaking, I knew we'd still had speed enough to build on for the future. So I just want to thank them. Can't thank Dennis and Teresa Roth enough for the opportunity to drive their beautiful race car. And also Todd Ventura, Andy Graves, I can't thank them enough for believing in us and putting us together, and Andy for giving us this Ryder Toyota, which has been really good to us, and Maxim Chassis, FK Shocks, Mobile One, like I said, Toyota. Happy to have Randy and Ann Weiss here with Rock Hearts and A&W Trucking. They do a lot for me, and hopefully we can get another one tomorrow. It changed all race. I feel like early on I could hammer it wide open and be just under it because I had enough grip where you could be stuck under it and not have to rely on it. And then as it got slicker, you kind of had to lean on it more. But it's crazy. Like into one, like you almost feel like you're off the backside of the bank, and then you gotta like bring it back on. And then into three, you kind of slide into a huge cushion, and then it's flat on exit, but you gotta just keep your car, under control. Just because I feel like it's so easy to gain or give up time just because the pace is so fast and everything's so exaggerated here. But and then it kind of rubbered, and it got thinner on the top, so you kind of just had to cheat it, and then eventually the rubber came in, and then you could pretty much be fully off of it.
For live coverage of every World of Outlaws event and for extended on-demand race content, visit dirtvision.com. For full race results, features, and series news, visit worldofoutlaws.com.